When you hear people debate dog food, the argument almost always circles back to three things: protein, fat, and carbohydrates. Some say dogs need a high-protein diet like their wolf ancestors. Others insist carbs are essential for energy. And then there are those who warn about too much fat. So what's the truth? What balance of protein, fat, and carbs do dogs really need to live long, healthy, and active lives? Let's start with protein, the foundation of any dog's diet. Protein is made up of amino acids, which are the building blocks of muscle, skin, hair, and even the immune system. Unlike humans, dogs can't store excess protein for later use, so they need it consistently in their meals. Puppies, for example, need protein levels as high as 22–28% to support rapid growth. Active working dogs, like shepherds or sled dogs, also need protein on the higher side to maintain muscle repair. But for a senior dog lounging at home, around 18–22% protein may be enough. What matters most is the quality of the protein. Whole meats like chicken, beef, or salmon provide complete amino acids, while plant proteins like peas or lentils may lack some essentials. If you see a food with animal protein listed first, that's a strong sign your dog is getting what they need. Now let's move on to fats. Often misunderstood, but absolutely critical. Fats are the most concentrated source of energy for dogs. They're twice as energy dense as protein or carbs, meaning a small amount fuels a lot of activity. Beyond energy, fats also transport fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. They keep skin supple and coats shiny. Most importantly, fats contain fatty acids like omega-3 and omega-6, which reduce inflammation, support brain health, and keep joints comfortable. Puppies need fat for brain development, while senior dogs benefit from the anti-inflammatory effects. But balance is key. Too much fat, especially from low-quality sources, can lead to obesity and even pancreatitis. Ideally, a dog's diet should contain 10–15% fat for most lifestyles, with higher levels for athletic dogs and lower levels for couch potatoes. Sources like chicken fat, fish oil, and flaxseed oil are far better than vague animal fat listings. And then there are carbohydrates, perhaps the most debated dog food ingredient of all. Dogs don't have a biological requirement for carbs the way they do for protein and fat. Yet carbs can be an efficient energy source, especially for active dogs. Carbohydrates also provide fiber, which supports digestion, regulates bowel movements, and feeds healthy gut bacteria. Ingredients like sweet potatoes, oats, and brown rice are digestible and beneficial in moderation. The problem arises when carbs dominate the food, as they often do in cheap kibble. If the first three ingredients are corn, wheat, soy, you're looking at filler-heavy food that produces a lot of waste and not much nutrition. In a well-balanced diet, carbs might make up 20–40% depending on the dog's needs. The real secret is that the ideal balance isn't one size fits all. A growing puppy needs more protein and fat for growth and development. An agility dog or hunting dog burns through calories quickly and benefits from higher fat and carbs for quick energy. A senior dog, on the other hand, may thrive on moderate protein for muscle maintenance, controlled fat to prevent weight gain, and fiber-rich carbs to support digestion. Here's another important factor: digestibility. A food can claim 25% protein, but if that protein comes from low-quality plant meals, your dog's body won't absorb it well. The same goes for carbs. Rice or oats are more digestible than corn gluten meal. Always consider not just the percentages, but the source. So what do dogs really need? They need protein first, and from quality sources. They need fat, not in excess, but from clean, beneficial oils and animal fats. And they can benefit from carbohydrates, especially fiber-rich ones, as long as they don't crowd out protein. If you're building the perfect plate, think of it this way. Protein should always be the star. Fat should be the supporting energy booster, and carbs should play the side role. Helpful, but never dominating. At the end of the day, your dog's body will tell you if you're getting it right. Healthy weight, shiny coat, steady energy, and firm stools are signs that the protein, fat, and carb balance is working. If you notice dull fur, constant hunger, weight gain, or digestive upset, it may be time to reevaluate. So the next time you're standing in the pet food aisle, Don't just look at marketing buzzwords like grain-free or all-natural. Flip the bag over. Read the protein sources. Check the fat content. Look at where the carbs are coming from. Because when you understand protein, fat, and carbs, and how your dog's body uses each, you'll know exactly what your best friend really needs.